Did you know that even though there are tens of thousands of words in the English language, you really only need about 3,000 of them to say anything you need to say? I'm teaching 3,000 words in 3,000 days. Stick with me and you'll get a new word every day.
Wealthy, wealthy. If you are wealthy, then you have a lot of money. But wealth does not always have to do with money. I consider myself wealthy in a lot of things. First of all, I'm wealthy because I have a microwave. A lot of people in the world don't have microwaves, but I can afford to have a microwave. So that's wealthy with money. I'm also wealthy with good relationship. I have a lot of really good friends and I have an amazing husband. So I feel very wealthy in my relationship. I've noticed at the times when we have a job, we are wealthy with money. And when we don't have a job, we are wealthy with time. In fact, I think you can either be rich with money or rich with time, but not both at the same time. You want to be rich with money and time at the same time, but it usually doesn't work that way. All right, so some synonyms for wealthy are affluent. Affluent only has to do with money. Rich. Rich can be with money or with other things. I live a rich life because I'm surrounded by plants and by my dogs, and I have a lot going on. It's a rich life. Successful. A lot of people equate money with success. Prosperous, well off, comfortable, thriving. So a person who is thriving is living well. Now, a person who is thriving doesn't have to have a lot of money. They can just live well with what they have, and they consider themselves wealthy. Although it's always nice to have more than you need. A wealthy businessman donated millions to build a new children's hospital. Here, wealthy is a neutral to positive adjective. It describes someone who has a lot of money and uses it for philanthropy. On the wealthy, only the wealthy can afford to live in that exclusive neighborhood overlooking the bay. Wealthy is talking about social and economic privilege. Despite her modest appearance, she came from a wealthy family with deep political connection. This contrast, remember, despite is going to show a contrast. Her modest appearance, she doesn't look like she has a lot of money, but she comes from a lot of money. The film critic argued that the story glorified the wealthy while ignoring the struggles of the working class. So here, wealthy takes on a slightly negative connotation because it's showing that wealthy people can be very poor when it comes to maybe common sense or compassion. He became wealthy through years of hard work, investing wisely and saving consistently. So wealthy is presented as a positive, and it's a result of financial discipline. So in all of these cases, wealthy is connected to money, and the primary meaning of wealthy has to do with having a lot of money. In that case, I would not consider myself wealthy, although in other parts of the world, not the United States, I might be considered very wealthy. The opposite of wealthy is poor. The noun is wealth. The verb, there's no verb. Adjective is wealthy. I don't think there's an adverb. No adverb.
I really hope that you enjoyed this word. Use it 5 times today, write it down, commit it to memory, and I'll see you in the next lesson.